July 2024. One security company pushed one bad update. Within hours, 8.5 million computers crashed. Airlines couldn't board passengers. Hospitals lost records. 911 went dark. One update, one company, and half the world stopped.
And that wasn't even the internet going down?
That was one layer. The internet has 5, and every one of them is running on a timer. Cached answers counting down to 0. They don't all die at once. They collapse one by one. And the last thing to fail isn't the shutdown. It's what happens when every device on Earth tries to reconnect at the exact same second. It has a name, and it's why the internet's restart breaks more than its shutdown ever did. This is Sticks It Out.
Unplug me and find out.
The internet isn't one thing you switch off. It's more like a building, 5 floors stacked on top of each other. Physical cables at the bottom, your apps at the top. And each floor in between handles one job: finding addresses, picking routes, checking your identity. Every floor has a backup generator. Saved copies from the last time it checked in with the real source. Pull the main power, and the building doesn't go dark all at once. Each generator has a different amount of fuel. They run out one by one.
So just wait. They'll come back.
Come back to what? The source is gone. When a generator runs dry, that floor goes dark. 5 floors, 5 generators. Watch them go out. The moment the internet goes dark, you don't notice. Your browser still loads the page you were on. Your phone still shows your feed. That's because your device, and every server between you and the website, saved a copy the last time it checked. That copy is the cache.
So the internet is gone and nobody knows?
Not yet. Every cached copy has a timer attached, a TTL, time to live. A CDN server might cache a web page for 5 minutes. A DNS resolver might hold an address for an hour. Right now, millions of those timers are ticking.
And when they hit 0?
The server reaches out for a fresh copy, and nobody picks up. The CDN caches go first, 5 minutes, maybe 30. Then your apps start showing stale data, broken images, blank feeds. Not because anything broke, because the borrowed time ran out.
So the cache was keeping everything alive this whole time.
And it just ran out of fuel. But that was only the top layer. Below it, DNS has a longer timer. What happens when that one hits 0? When you type google.com, your browser has no idea where that is. It asks a DNS resolver, a server whose only job is turning names into addresses. The resolver cached that answer last time it checked. But that cache has a TTL too, usually somewhere between 1 hour and 1 day.
So google.com still works for a while?
Until the TTL expires. Then the resolver tries to refresh, reaches out to the authoritative name server for a new answer, and that server is gone. Now your browser asks, "Where is google.com?" and gets silence.
But Google is still out there. The server still exists.
It does. It has an IP address, a number like 203.0.113.42. But without DNS, your browser doesn't know that number. You know your friend's name, you just lost their number. Shout their name all you want, nobody connects you.
Fine, I'll type the IP address directly. Skip the phone book.
You can shout the IP address all you want, but every intersection in the world just forgot which way is north. The map is blank. Remember the IP address Brain was going to type? Let's follow that packet. Between your device and any server, there's a chain of routers, machines whose only job is passing data in the right direction. Each one keeps a live map. To reach this address range, send the packet that way. Routers build that map by constantly checking in with their neighbors. I can still reach this network.
A map. Great. Roads don't just disappear.
These ones do. When those check-ins stop, the neighbor assumes the route is dead and drops it. One by one, the directions disappear. The map goes blank.
So even if I type the raw IP address,
it won't work. The routers between you and the server have forgotten which direction to send your packet. The phone book is gone. That was last chunk. Now the roads are gone too. You know the destination exists somewhere out there. Every intersection forgot which way to point you.
Okay, but I'm still logged into stuff. My apps still know who I am.
For now. Those keep me logged in sessions on every website, they run on tokens. Auth tokens, session cookies, JWTs, each one has an expiry timestamp. Normally, your browser quietly refreshes them in the background. It contacts the Auth server, proves you're you, and gets a fresh token, all invisible.
And the Auth server is?
It's gone too. The tokens can't refresh. One by one, they hit their expiry and die. You're not temporarily disconnected. You're logged out. Every service, every device, every user on the planet, logged out at roughly the same time.
Even my email?
Yes. Even services on your local network, if they delegated login to a cloud provider, which nowadays most of them do.
Fine, just plug it back in. Let everything reconnect.
That's the part with a name we talked about in the beginning. The internet comes back. Cables are live. Routers start rebuilding. DNS servers boot up. Now, not every region comes back at the same instant. ISPs, the internet service providers, restore service area by area. But within each region, millions of devices all retry within the same few minutes. Every phone, every laptop, every server, every smart thermostat, all flooding the DNS root servers with requests, all crushing the Auth servers by demanding fresh tokens. And every CDN cache is cold and empty, so every request goes straight to the origin servers. No buffer, no saved copies. Raw demand hitting raw capacity.
So the restart is another outage?
It's called the thundering herd, a real distributed systems failure mode. And the defense is surprisingly simple. It's exponential backoff. Instead of retrying immediately, each system waits. First retry, 1 second. Second, 2 seconds. Third, 4. Then 8, 16. And you add a small random delay, jitter, so no two devices retry at the exact same moment. Next time you write a retry loop in your own code, this is the pattern. Back off, add jitter. Let the system breathe.
So the trick to restarting the internet is making everyone wait?
The trick is making sure they don't all wait the same amount.
I'm applying exponential backoff to my alarm clock. First snooze, 5 minutes. Second snooze, 10. By Friday, I just don't wake up.
Wow, that is technically correct. 5 floors, 5 generators. Now you know. The scary part of an outage isn't losing the system. It's what happens when everything wakes back up at once. And that's not just an internet problem. Every system you'll ever build has the same weak spot. This has been Six It Out. Don't let your brain deploy on a Friday.